to Summoner's Rift.
In addition to that, they have Yahoo.com on a much different champion, and I like this. He was their most solid player, I have to say. From what I saw last game, he seemed to be the strongest link in the chain for Cerritos, and putting him on a champion like Ari, who can make plays happen, rather than someone like Xerath, who can just be really good backup for when they happen, I think is a good call.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely interested to see Yahoo.com's play, or take, I should say, on the Assassin Fox. He's going to go up against an Ezreal in mid lane, which has become very popular lately. And we'll find out why, because Halo 3 Mad Sniper is actually doing pretty well. Might actually shove Yahoo.com back. Yeah, and actually he's going to force him back. He's not going to make any minions, though, but sometimes it's about sending a message, as another caster I know says. Right.
But yeah, Ezreal mid has become fairly popular lately, along the same lines as Aurelia becoming popular in the top lane again, Corki becoming a highly contested AD carry.
Right.
A lot of champions that are powerful in the mid game have become high tier picks recently because games don't go as long as they used to, and they aren't as decided early on. So having a big, powerful mid-game spike, people like Trinity Force users like Aurelia and
Oh my
Corki
gosh.
and Ezreal, all work really, really well in the current patch.
Yeah, and the thing is that when you have a double AD, well, I guess double marksman, I should say, like that, you don't have as much turret siege as you normally would because you don't have that wave clear that most mid laners would have. I mean, obviously, especially Ezreal, pretty much only relies on auto attacks and mystic shots to
Yeah, occasionally the ult.
yeah, occasionally a true shot barrage. But when it gets to mid game, you're going to want to actually poke down champions with that, or no, I should say poke down champions, but discourage champions from engaging upon you with the true shot barrage, or sometimes even assassinate people with it. But yeah, every now and then it is used to wave clear. We'll see how Halo 3 Mad Sniper uses that one.
Ooh,
There's a death sentence just missing.
it's a very similar matchup in the bot lane this game. Lucian has a lot of similarities to Corki. He's much more singularly focused in terms of damage, but he spikes at similar points in the game, and he's alongside a Thresh, and of course, Hazen's bot lane is a mirror of what they played last game.
Yeah.
They went with tried and tested, and it's Annie Graves once again.
Yeah, a lot of burst potential. I mean, there's no reason to actually give that one up. It's a good lane, even against any of the other solid lanes that are in bot lanes. But we do have a gank in the mid lane here. Yahoo.com not going to blow his flash. He's going to take his time. That's one thing about him. Ezreal mid, no CC to accommodate there. And when you have a jungler with no CC as well, kind of hard to lock down somebody like an Ari. But in the bot lane, we also had a summoner blown from Mufasa. Ooh. That is exhaust down. But DK Rupt, he might be in trouble.
Spear lands.
Yeah, Spear does land. He's going to Vault Breaker over the wall. He's not going to rely on Working to go down there and help him out. He's going to actually let Working keep pressuring Vanishing Dragon. Try to keep Aurelia toward the tower.
And that's really good for Cerritos that the top lane is doing this well for them. Working has a 5 to 10 CS lead at any given time so far, though we are only nearly 5 minutes into the game.
Right.
And that's somewhat most likely a result of the matchup. Renekton, he's only just starting to come back into play, but he's always been known as a lane bully, and that's true even against somebody as powerful as Aurelia. And as I said, might be somewhat the matchup, but might also just be that Working, it might be off tilt here. Because I think he very much was on tilt in the last game.
Yeah, it's hard not to go on tilt whenever you're a 0-6 out of laning phase, or at least close to that. But yeah, he's performing a little bit better on the Renekton so far. And yeah, there was a time whenever Aurelia was... Actually, hold on, we have a gank in the top lane here, but again, not really much going to work with it. There cannot be a stun coming out from Equilibrium Strike from Vanishing Dragon because the health bars are not playing in her favor on the side of Working. So he's just going to walk that one out. Actually, I think he sliced out of there, so... Very, a little bit of a different jungling style coming out from Hazen.
Ooh, lots of damage onto Ezreal there.
A lot of damage. There's a lot of damage being traded back and forth in the mid lane, but yeah, definitely Yahoo.com getting the better half of that one this time around. Franzi,
very nice piercing light.
Yeah, very nice piercing light, trying to bait out. There's a nice dead sentence onto Yuff. Vault Breaker going to smash him right in the face, force a flash out, and the heal. A little bit premature on that heal, and I don't think it was needed.
Yeah, a bit of a panic summoner there, but better that than death.
Yeah.
First blood is still on the board, and that's a bit of extra gold, and every little bit counts.
Oh yeah, for sure, and it does help you set yourself further up in the lane. Nice spear, landing onto Yahoo.com, is forcing the flash, misses the charm though. We'll see if
that spear lands, no.
It does not. No, it does not. Oh, Ezreal is going to be turned back onto, though, but he's not going to fall. He's going to get the heal from Basin, or I should say Based rather, and pick up first blood onto Halo 3 Mad Sniper.
Yeah, and this early on, that heal proved to be more effective than the Ignite did in the 1-for-1. I mean, they were both similarly low when they went in for the trade, and the heal just proved more useful. In addition to the fact that I believe it was either the Charm or the Orbit Deception that wasn't up for Yahoo.com.
I'm pretty sure it was
one of those two skill shots was down.
Pretty sure it was the Charm, because he actually used it and missed it earlier, like only a couple seconds before that. So I'm pretty sure the Charm was not up, and yeah, definitely cost him a lot there. And neither champion was level 6, but we do have a gank in the top lane. There's Dominus being popped by Working. He's going to try to last this one out, but it's not going to work. Kill is going to go over to Vanishing Dragon as he slices away just in the nick of time. Vanishing Dragon picks up that kill. And Teleport is up for Working, so he may be able to just get up there and not lose too much out of it. Yahoo.com not doing too well in that mid lane right now, but Cerritos did pick up the first dragon of the game, so there's that.
This is the worst time to be giving kills up in the mid lane, too, because he really shouldn't be. Ezreal, I was about to say earlier that Ezreal had built into a tier of the goddess first. You'll sometimes see them rush into the Sheen, sometimes rush into the tier.
Right.
It varies depending on the player, but going into the tier usually means you give up on a bit of that kill pressure early because you don't have damage from that item. It just starts stacking up and you get to your damage spike later in the game more quickly. But he built the tier and he got the kills, so he's getting the best of both worlds right now.
Yeah, that's very fortunate for him because Yahoo.com actually had more, had a little bit more ability power going into that too. Boy, didn't even touch Halo 3's Mad Sniper, so might be a little bit of a mechanical issue going on from Yahoo.com. Might not be familiar on how to play against an Ezreal. Not familiar with their damage output either, because Ezreal mid, he's always been there. But, I mean, he's kind of coming back again. He's one of those champions that, you'll see in one season and then won't see for, like, another season and a half, and then he'll come back again for some reason. I'm pretty sure that'll happen with Corki, too.
He's one of those champions that ebbs and flows as Trinity Force does. Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, hooked on the bottom side.
Oh, yeah, Blank X, he's going to get pretty much everything thrown onto him and just stand there, giving the kill over to Pranzi. And that is one thing. Okay, I want to point out, when you stand there, you essentially give the kill over to who you don't want to give it to. That could have been Mufasa. I think he was actually backing up. There's a Dominus being popped in the top lane. Fantasy Dragon does flash, barely living on that one. So
that is a really good sign for Working. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, he went down early for, I think, maybe the first blood or maybe the second one. He went down for an early kill in this lane,
Yeah,
and I was
the second
worried
one.
maybe he'd start to tilt again. But no, it looks like he's still got the 1v1 in hand, and that was just a minor blip on the radar.
Oh, he's going to chase him down, but Base is there as well. Let's see if he can get a kill onto Vanishing Dragon. No, Vanishing Dragon
Whew.
is going to get away, and that is going to be a little bit too much for Working to handle. That is Base picking up that kill.
I have to wonder if maybe he would have been able to take down a kill there if it weren't for the fact that the minion wave showed up just in time to help out Vanishing Dragon.
Well, we saw this in the last game where he was just being a little too over-aggressive. He was doing that on Rumble last game. It was not paying off for him. And now he's doing it on a Renekton, where you can kind of be aggressive because you have Dominus and you have a lot of kind of beefiness and sustain, but it's still not working out for him. So I think Working is just a very aggressive player, even when it's not in his favor, because he's just done that twice, well, in 2 games so far, and it's not working out. Yeah, he's up in CS, but he's 0-2-0 right now, and he's still bullying Vanishing Dragon, but still dying to him. So that kind of that should tell you that you need to back off.
Yeah, I think he needs to either learn to temper the aggression somewhat, or to get really good ward coverage. Because Nidalee ganks are easy to avoid if you have the coverage, but there's Vi.
Yeah, Assault and Battery, I should say, going in on the middle lane, but he gets underneath turret. Halo 3 Mad Sniper baited that in, and some turret shots over to DK. DK Erupt, able to take him down. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Pranzy does go down as well. BlankX picking up his first kill, has that BF sword, so has a little bit of damage behind his collateral damage and buckshot. He used it to his full advantage there. Yuff also stunning down with the Tibbers. I think they're just going to ignore Mufasa here. Like, oh well.
Ooh, shutdown gold for Yahoo.
Yeah, I actually missed that one because of direct camera. But Yahoo.com, he's still on the run here. Nice flash. Does flash away from the spear base. Is he going to be able to catch up? He actually flashes, pounces, and swipes for the kill.
That's a pretty big deal, getting that shutdown onto Yahoo. I don't know if it's too little too late. And the box is burned to save the tower, I suppose.
It's a zoning box. Very intimidating. It did save the tower. Pranzy was there. I think maybe he was hoping to hit somebody with it for Pranzy to rush in. Piercing light and maybe call somebody to death.
See, the thing that I'm scared for Cerritos here, I mean, it looks like they're not too terribly far behind. Gold speaking, they're behind 1.3k, and they did just get a tower, so it looks like maybe they're ahead in terms of map pressure even. But then you take a look at the item builds for Hazen and where they're going.
Yeah.
There's 2 Trinity Forces being built. And we've got a BF sword in the inventory of a Graves right now who might be turning that into an IE. Most likely turning that into an IE. Once those items are done, and they're going to be done quite soon, Hazen is going to hit a just magnificent power spike. And it's going to be terrifying for Cerritos. They're going to have to play on a knife's edge during those few minutes after those items are completed. Or else any fight they take basically will be against their favor.
Tibbers missed, and a teleport is coming in from working. He actually gets slowed by Equilibrium Strike going in, so he wasn't able to catch up. Dragon is up in 35 seconds, so teleport was needed no matter what. He already has the tower down from the top lane. Vanishing Dragon, he is going to catch up in CS and take the tower in return. Charm does land, or Deception, hitting both sides of Halo 3 Mad Sniper, but he's pretty dynamite with these Mystic shots, and the, actually, hold on. Talk about that in a moment because he's getting locked down and destroyed. Yahoo.com picking up that kill.
Working just walks into the lane.
Yeah.
Lands a skill shot and leaves.
Like, hey, what's up?
Gank is complete.
It's called a drive-by.
Yep. Drive-by Renekton.
Like a
slice,
swag
dice, and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like he's doing it again in his own lane.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna just walk by this time. Yeah, it's a little harder to do an Irelia. So Irelia did even up the turrets. Picking up that one in the top lane. This is the second dragon for Cerritos if they do pick it up. Cerritos. I don't really know the syllables on that to work to how I should pronounce the name.
I believe it's Cerritos. Yes.
Cerritos.
Like Doritos.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Because yeah, I mean Cerritos. There's more emphasis on the R, less emphasis on the T because there's only one T, 2 R's. Although if I wanted to go like southern about it, I go Cerritos. Cerritos. Yeah, I like that.
Linguistics lessons with shoutcasters.
Gotta learn that tongue roll. Either way, we have a fight on the top lane here. Dominus being popped, but I don't think Vanishing Dragons cares too much. Does have the Sheen and has a little bit of extra health from the Phage to back it up as well. He's able to stay in the fray.
Yeah, and in that 1v1, the Ninja Tabby actually come hugely into play because Renekton's stun counts as multiple auto attacks for the purpose of the Ninja Tabby. So if he uses the enraged version of it, it actually blocks out 30% of the damage from that ability.
I never actually thought about that one because it does register as auto attack. It says right in the skill. Mufasa, he's walking into his death, and BlankX, that was a pretty easy kill. So getting locked down by Yuff. BlankX picking up that one. Did use collateral damage to pick it up, so he's not going to have that pressure, but there's no turret to pressure, so I don't think he actually minds that one.
Oh, Yahoo!
Yeah, Yahoo, he's going to be locked down, and Tibbers, that's one thing to note. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's one thing to note. Yuff did not use Tibbers to lock down Mufasa in the bot lane, so kills being traded. Mid lane, Halo 3's Mad Sniper did fall again. Actually, kind of fallen from grace. Was I think 3-1 at the time now earlier. Now it's 3-3-1. Not really playing safe anymore.
I mean, I can't I can't really emphasize enough, though, that if you look at the inventories for Hazen, we haven't seen a real big item completed for anyone.
Not yet.
And they're 9-4, and they have a turret lead. I'm just terrified of what's going to happen once they actually hit item spikes.
I mean, something like that usually points to just mechanical errors on the side of Cerritos. Usually you're not really, well, something like this. Not being able to dodge spears, things like that. Of course, base is not going to be able to get back into that. Dominus was almost up, so working probably could have turned that one around if base did pounce onto him, so... Best.
They did have Frenzy splitting the bottom lane that whole time, so...
Yeah, they had to pick up a turret out of it, too. So, turret is still even. Actually, it just became even. And now, Yahoo.com getting aggressive here. Uses his third Foxfire, third rush.
Ooh, nice sidestep.
Yeah, nice sidestep. Use the ult to get into that one. But it does have blue buff, so it's going to be on a little bit lower of a cooldown. There is the True Shot Barrage. Going to be delaying the siege in the mid lane if there were one to be had, although Lucian not anywhere, or Pranzi I should say, not anywhere around, so I don't think any kind of a siege would happen anyways.
Yeah, that is one problem with Hazen's team comp. They don't have very good wave clear, as you mentioned earlier. Ooh, teleport coming to the bottom side of the map. Lantern going to pull him to safety, though.
Oh, but Vanishing Dragon's pretty fast, has a ninja tab and the Triforce built already. He's not
and that's the Triforce completed.
Yeah.
This is when they want to make plays.
That's a pretty big power spike, yeah. And working with teleport down on Vanishing Dragon, working is split pushing that top. He's making his way back in the top lane. The Vanishing Dragon is. So I think he could maybe able to actually duel working pretty easily now, despite a Sunfire cape being on him. With Dominus being popped, it is going to do quite a bit of AoE magic damage coming out from the Renekton onto Vanishing Dragon, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, because now Halo 3 Mad Sniper is there. He's going to get locked down. He actually... No, he's not going to get locked down. He actually flashes. Does die to the AoE, though. And looks like Vanishing Dragon getting taken down quite a bit, too. If Call of the Meek is up, he might want to use it, but does not have it. Vanishing Dragon picked up that kill. Barely, though.
Pretty big technical misplay there from Halo. Oh, hook landing.
Yeah, but it's answered back by Yuff, stunning everyone in the vicinity. Nice spear by... based onto Yahoo.com. Yes, so uses ult as a defensive rush to get out, and that is going to be a kill onto Vanishing Dragon, but DK Rupt is down now, and that is jungle pressure being relieved. Hazen, they are answering back every technique, every kill that Cerritos is trying to take.
DK Rupt could have gotten out of there. He had Vault Breaker charged up. He could have thrown it in another direction rather than going back for the Renekton. Or back for the Aurelia, rather. But he
got a little thirsty.
He wanted to trade for the kill.
Yeah, got a little thirsty on that one. Decided to get greedy and go in for the kill. I was like, well, I see a face. I might as well punch it. That's exactly what he did.
And that is the way of playing Vi.
Oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, even from the lore standpoint, which. All
right.
Yeah.
So. Now, all of those item spikes that I was hyping on so much, we have hit all of them.
Yeah.
We have 2 Trinity Forces, we have a stacking Rod of Ages, and we have an Infinity Edge. This is when Hazen needs to win the game. Because as you said, their wave clear is not very strong late game. And comparatively, they're going to fall off as the later game approaches. I honestly think Cerritos has the better team fight here, mainly because there's very little magic damage on Hazen's team. So... while they have this huge burst of power, I think they need to make good use of it. And helping gain vision control will let them do that.
Yeah, Hazen will need to rely on Based and Halo 3 Mad Sniper to just sort of poke down with Mystic Shots and Spears, and then wait for and have Yuff try to get a biggest AoE tippers they can possibly muster. But the objective control definitely in the favor of Cerritos right now. Is working, takes down the top lane inner turret. Is going to be chasing Vanishing Dragons, but gets equilibrium struck. Has to back off. Teleport is up.
Struck by equilibrium.
Yeah, struck by equilibrium for sure. I want to point out, Working has a teleport up right now. He just used it to get down. Oh, no, he did not use it actually. I thought he did, but he did not. But there's the dragon going over to Cerritos. Looks like Mufasa is going to give his life, as well as Pranzi. It looks like Yahoo.com will see if he can dodge some spears, get his blue suede shoes on. And one more auto attack would do it, but there's actually Vanishing Dragon flashing for that kill. Flash and Blade Surge. And that's a 4 for nothing. 4 for Dragon, I guess you should say. Cerritos did pick up the Dragon, but nothing else.
Hazen's probably going to be able to rush right to Baron after this one. They
yeah.
have a really good Baron-taking team with the Nidalee and the Aurelia.
Yeah,
and Tibbers even to tank it up somewhat.
That is one thing on their side. Yeah, they do have... they have good objective taking comp, but once they don't have to deal with minions, it's a lot easier. And is that a surrender?
Yeah, it's a moot point either way. It looks like we're going to be having a surrender coming out from Cerritos in Game 2.
Well, that was rather unexpected. I think there was still quite a bit of that game that could have been played, but Cerritos thought otherwise. So they are just going to give that one a /FF, and both games did go over to Hazen. But I do want to point out that this is a show match. It's not too important because it's mostly just for fun, because the points do not matter. And there was a question in the chat about Cerritos. It was asked, were they champs last year? Yes, Cerritos were the champs last year, but I don't know if they were taking that game completely 100% serious. But as you can see, they, I mean, sometimes the champs, they come back. They're not all what they used to be. Just ask Samsung White if you don't believe me.
Ooh.
Yeah,
rough. Rough, that case.
I went there. Anything you want to add to the ending of this broadcast, Octavian?
Well, I would have liked to talk more about that game, go into where the late game could have gone, but with Cerritos just giving up the ghost like that, I guess that's the end of it for us today, Fekes.
I guess so. So I'll give one shout-out, the last shout-out, I should say, to our sponsors, Twitch.tv, rather, large video game broadcasting and chat community. Newegg, their leading online retailer for computer hardware and software, along with Rocket and MSI, producing innovative and high-quality performance gaming products for computers. Jinx Apparel, creating awesome video game themed clothing and other products, along with Loot Crate, connecting subscribers with the best new goodies for the geek and gaming market, along with Tespa, a hub for collegiate gaming. Also want to give a shout out to High School Star League's social medias. You can go check out pretty much all of the HSL ongoings at hsstarleague.com, or check us out on Twitter at twitter.com hsstarleague. You can also do that with Facebook at with facebook.com/hsstarleague. YouTube, a little bit different. That is youtube.com/highschoolstarleague. I don't know what happened with that one, but maybe it as it may. That's how it is. And of course, you're at the stream, twitch.tv hsstarleague. And of course, follow us for the stream, and you can see whenever we come online, because we have good games to be shown, I should say. Could have been a little bit better on the second game on Cerritos versus Hazen. I wasn't expecting that surrender, but be it as it may, that's how it is.
I had some fun.
I had fun too. I do like casting with Octavian. Speaking of your name, that is who I'm casting with. I am with Octavian. My name is Joshua Fekes Quest on behalf of the High School Star League. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow, I believe, if we have casters. If not, we'll see you next week.
Thank you guys for watching.